Welcome back to 3 at 3, my friends. 3 at 3 every business day. We bring you unusual option activity, and we cite it on our blog, talk about it throughout the day. Occasionally, we get to talk about it on CNBC. So it's all good. I hope you are having a good day wherever you are, and I look forward to today's 3 at 3 with you. So let me get it started. Boom, boom, boom. Present. Bang, there we go. All right, today's 3 at 3. It is the 12th of October, 2020. You were listening, by the way, to Aloe Block. Almost threw an N in there. Blanc. No, Block. Aloe Block. Anyway, let's get started with 3 at 3, shall we? It is this disclaimer that says, this for educational and informational purposes only. Full stop. Let's also talk about our intellectual property rights, because we've got intellectual property on virtually every slide you're about to see, folks, because we've got trademarks, patents. We've also got copyrights and registered marks. Virtually everything you're about to see. If you'd like to use it, please just ask us first. Thank you. All right. How about this one to kick it off? PDD, we talked about it on Friday. Duo. Well, it is duoing very well today. How do I know? Well, because we talked about it when it was a $77 stock on Friday. And guess where the stock is today? $84, almost $85, up 7%. Bang! That dog will hunt. And take a look at the calls, because when we cited those calls, you were able to purchase them somewhere between $1.08 and $2.15 if you were a subscriber to our service. I own these from about $1.70, I think was. They traded up over $2.15 on Friday, and guess what? Today they're $5.35. So I guess you'd have to ask yourself, which would you rather? $7 move in the stock is pretty nice, but how about that 167% move from the close on Friday to where it is right now? How about that? In other words, we took it from $2 up to $5.35 just a little bit ago. Bang! That's what I'm talking about, folks. That's why our subscribers are so happy. All right. Let's talk a little bit about marketrebellion.com/get started, because if you wanted to learn more about trading, you could go there and learn more about stocks, options, futures, cryptocurrencies. Wouldn't you like to do that? Don't you think that'd be a good idea? Because then you could spread instead of just buying an option and hoping. Instead, you could set yourself up with a trade that might make money even in a sideways market. Well, you can do that with options. We can show you also how to trade cryptocurrencies, futures, stocks. You want to trade all of those smarter? Come on over to marketrebellion.com/get started. All right, unusual activity. You're asking for it, and I'm going to deliver. Here's the first one, Cloudera. So stock was $11.75. Scott's talking about it there on the halftime report. Scott being Scott Wapner, of course, the host of the halftime report. And here we show you just that we've seen a couple of these hit. We traded it back in September, did pretty well. Those calls have not expired yet. They were buying those expiring this week 12 calls. And today they were buying the expiring next week 23rd of October calls. So they're buying those calls for 22 cents up to 44 cents. That's a cheap shot, folks. That means every option's $22. Let's say you paid the offer. You paid $44 for one of those. That's a one lot. That's for 100 shares. If you buy 10 of them, 10 lot, that's 1,000 shares. If you do like I do, 100, that's 10,000 shares. So 1,000 lot of these would have only set you back $4,400 to own a 10,000 share equivalent of this particular play in Cloudera. And how did it work out so far? Well, it's moving higher. Cloudera, there it is, 1188. So no longer just that 1154, 1188. And there's the chart, shows us trading up over 12 to about, I think, 12.05 or so. Not enough that we've taken it off, but certainly enough that we've banked some nice profits already. Bang! All right. If you'd like to join the brilliant and talented Kathy Wood, who will be with us, she is the CEO and Chief Investment Officer, CIO, over at ARC Investment Management. They run somewhere between $5 and $10 billion. Brilliant quants, also thematic investing folks. She does a great job. I'll tell you about exactly how she puts together these incredible portfolios for innovation and why she's one of my favorite people to listen to about Tesla. Well, Kathy will be joining us at 4 p.m., so that's a little under an hour from now. Let's call it 50 minutes from right now. You can join us too. There is no charge. It is a free event. You must, however, register at marketrebellion.com. If you do that, you can join us, and you might even be able to ask Kathy a question. So that's about 50 minutes from right now on marketrebellion.com, but you got to register first. Otherwise, you're not going to be in and listen to it live. Instead, you'll hear her tomorrow, perhaps. All right. Let's get to the new trades, shall we? More of the new trades? Yeah. Cloudera and then Li Auto. Li Auto, stock was up $1. That's just under 6%. And we were talking about those unusually active call options in Li. There it is, with the stock at $18.28. There, it moved up to $18.64 by the time I was on the air. $18.28. They were buying the November 2250 calls. They had bought 4,000 of those early in the day, $69 a piece, up to $87 a piece. Now, the important thing to remember is that we don't just stop trading when we post this. We keep our eye on it. It's up over 6,500, I believe, of these calls have now changed hands at the November 2250 call strike. So I own a slightly lower strike because if you're somebody who follows my work, you know I'm all about moving the odds into my favor. I do that by purchasing a lower strike rather than just buying these out of the money gambling kind of trades. Now, there's nothing wrong with a gambling kind of trade. You just have to be aware that time decay is working against you in a very big way with that kind of trade. So be careful. That's why, without me giving you advice, I'm saying what I do is I buy, for instance, the 18, the 19, or the 20 strike and sell higher strikes against it. That's the way I play it, folks. There's a chart. Lee has moved up to 1886. So not 1828, not 1864, but all the way up to 1886 just moments ago, up 11.5%. That's a nice move. Bang. Let's get to the third of our 3 at 3, shall we? Datadog, DDOG. So I've got Kevin O'Leary scheduled for my podcast next week, folks. We're going to be giving you some great ideas into the election. We'll give you some great ideas about some of the stocks that Kevin and I think are very intriguing. And Kevin is, of course, the founder of Bean Stocks, as well as, of course, O-Shares. O-Shares, as in O'Leary, O-Shares. So we'll talk about both of those, interview Kevin next week. I think that one hits on Wednesday next week. But there we are with us on the halftime report. And Ms. Talkington, Bryn Talkington, as well as Joe Terranova, Scott Wapner, myself, and, of course, Kevin O'Leary. So there you see the various trades that people were talking about for their final trade. Mine was Datadog. It was $12.37. Here's why I picked it, because earlier in the day when it was $10.50, we saw unusual activity at the October 25 strike. This is option activity, folks, that expires this week. These options expire Friday, deep end of the pool. They're paying 23 cents up to 35 cents for these. Now, yes, they did move up as the stock moved up through 112, but I, of course, was buying lower strikes. You have to decide how you want to invest, folks, but how I wanted to invest, I was investing by taking less risk, less in the way of making the stock have to make a very violent move over the next few days, and instead seeing the stock make a relatively minor move has made me some money already. Bang! There's Datadog's stock chart, and there it is at 112.52 right now, just moments ago. All right. You want to learn more about unusual option activity? Only one place to do it, folks, and that is marketrebellion.com. Come on over to marketrebellion.com and join us. That's marketrebellion.com/UOA. Marketrebellion.com/UOA for unusual option activity. We have multiple trades per day. We have as little as one trade a day if that's what's better for you. We have as little as one trade a week if that's what's better for you. It all depends on how active you are as a trader, my friends. And as always, I appreciate you joining us. I look forward to seeing you on a future broadcast, and we will be heading out right now to get ready for Kathy Wood from ARK Investments at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. A little over, 45 minutes from right now. Make sure you sign up at marketrebellion.com so you can join us. Bang.